What's up everyone? Welcome back to another Life is Strange video. Today I'm going to be talking about the new Life is Strange double exposure, and there was actually a reveal live stream that occurred a few days ago that Deck 9 did. In this live stream they essentially just disclosed a lot more details about the game. We had an interview with two Deck 9 employees, we had an interview with Telle, who is the voice actress of Max Caulfield, and we also got about 15 minutes worth of gameplay footage. So today I'm just going to be talking about some of the key points that I took from that live stream and share it with you. If you have not seen the live stream, there'll be a link down in the description for you to go and watch it. It's still available in the Life is Strange YouTube channel if you did miss it. Definitely a really interesting watch. So if you do not know, the new double exposure game is about Max Caulfield. She is now the protagonist, and her friend Sparxxyy has been murdered on campus. Max has not used any of her powers in years up until this point, and she now has what is a new power to travel to different timelines and alternative and parallel realities to help solve and potentially prevent the murder of her friend Sparxxyy. Now, it was revealed in this live stream that Max is actually no longer able to use her rewind power, which was actually the power that she used in the first Life is Strange game. She was able to rewind time and also, almost from looking at a picture, be able to go back to that time and change the events of it. It's stated in this live stream that the reason Max can no longer use her rewind power is, one, she hadn't used it for so long, and two, trauma. Regardless of which option you chose at the end of the first Life is Strange game, whether you went with Bay or Bay, either outcome can be extremely traumatic for Max, I can imagine. I mean, losing your best friend or letting an entire town get destroyed is definitely something to trigger some kind of trauma and not want to use that power anymore, so that's absolutely valid. But it appears to me that a lot of these powers are only triggered by like really strong emotions, as displayed in previous Life is Strange games, and predominantly Life is Strange 1. Obviously she discovers her power through watching Chloe get shot by Nathan Prescott, and it's there and then that she discovers her power to rewind time, and at that time she doesn't quite understand that she's got this power, and she kind of learns this new power. It is said in the reveal live stream that this is the same situation. Although Max still has powers, it's not the rewind power. This new power is her being able to travel to other parallel timelines. They said that how this is going to work is, say you're in an environment, there are certain weak spots where in that weak spots you can use like a pulse power where you're able to travel to that different timeline at any point using those weak spots in a vicinity that have relevance to the story or relevance to the investigation of Sparxxyy's murder. So for example, there may be an NPC or a character in one timeline that you won't be able to talk to, but if you shift to the parallel timeline where Sparxxyy is alive, you may be able to have a conversation with that NPC to get more information that then you can bring back to you in the current timeline where Sparxxyy is not alive. Now, there was a lot of concern about how are we going to know the difference of us being in one timeline and another, and they did say in this live stream that Max herself will also get confused about which timeline she's actually in, but usually through interacting with the environment and through interacting with the NPCs, you will learn very quickly and be able to tell the difference between the two. Now, this game is set in Vermont, which is quite a while away from Oregon, pretty much on the other side of the USA there. So that's quite interesting as to how Max ended up there. And there's obviously a lot of questions about Chloe's appearance in this game. I have made a separate video talking about that, so there is a link down in the description for you to go watch that video. And in that video, I essentially just talk about whether I think Chloe will be in double exposure and the references to Chloe and what I think they mean. So she's at Caledon University, and I don't think she is a student there. In the gameplay we see, she is hanging out with two other members of the faculty, so I doubt she is a student if she's hanging out pretty intimately with two members of the faculty, so it is likely that she is also a teacher there, but it's not being confirmed. Another thing that a lot of people have been commenting on is that Max seems to be a completely different character. Obviously, in Life is Strange 1, she was kind of within herself and very introverted and wasn't really that outgoing and quite shy. She didn't really have a lot of confidence, but you've got to remember that in Life is Strange 1, she's a literal 18-year-old. Pretty sure most 18-year-olds can be quite insecure and they haven't quite found themselves yet, so they're very confused about who they are as a person, and that can bring on quite a lot of self-esteem issues for some people. So perhaps that's what Max was going through. She was a literal teenager, but in Life is Strange double exposure, she's a full-grown adult, so she's kind of grown into herself and she's more confident. If you've not actually seen the entire live stream, Telle does talk about this. Telle, by the way, is the voice actress for Max Caulfield, if you didn't know. She says that Max is now an adult, so she's more outgoing, she has a little bit more confidence, and you can tell in the way she speaks, her body language. So you got to remember that she seems different because she is different. I mean, a person does go through an awful lot of change and development between 18 and 28 years old in like 10 years. So at this point, obviously 10 years, we assume 10 years has gone by. So Max would be around 28, 27, 29, around that age. So I think that is also the case as to why Max seems so different. She's not as introverted, she's more outgoing, she's grown into herself. She's had character development. Obviously I can't make this video and not talk about Chloe. I know I have made a separate video talking about Chloe, but I just want to quickly mention in this video, do I think Chloe will appear in the game? I'm not too sure personally. I think maybe. I don't want to say no or yes, because either way I'll look like a moron in a couple months time when the game comes out if she does or doesn't make an appearance. But I do think it is likely that she's going to make a cameo, whether it be through a phone call, text message, social media, we don't know. The last thing I want to mention in this video today is actually a character that has been in the trailer and also in some of the gameplay footage. Does she resemble anyone at all? Just take a wild guess. Anyone at all? Yes, a lot of the Life is Strange community on Twitter do think that this character could potentially be Rachel Amber. There are a lot of things to debunk this theory because obviously Rachel is dead in either timeline. Whether you decide to save Chloe or not at the end of Life is Strange 1, it does not change the outcome of Rachel's fate. Unfortunately, at that point she had been dead for around 6 months, as far as we're aware from dialogue between Chloe and Max. So I don't think it's likely that could be Rachel. However, I have read a lot of Twitter theories and it did get me thinking, like, maybe that could be Rachel. I really loved Rachel Amber as a character and I think she was widely misunderstood. So if there is any chance at all that it could be Rachel, that would be pretty fucking cool, not gonna lie to you. When I have listened to voice acting of this mysterious character that looks like Rachel and Kylie Brown, who is actually Rachel's voice actor, they do sound alike. Telle said that Max sounds different from when she was in the first Life is Strange to now Double Exposure. She feels like she kind of had to come across more mature. From what we know of Rachel and her voice, obviously voiced by the lovely Kylie Brown, the only time we see Rachel Amber actually in the game is Before the Storm, and that is around 3 years prior to the first Life is Strange. So that would make Rachel Amber roughly around 16, 15 years old at that point. So there is a possibility that maybe that could be Rachel Amber. There's been an awful lot of theories, such as her character model, her face, it looks like Rachel, obviously the voice. There is also a very specific mole underneath Rachel's eye, and this character has that same mole as well. So I think it is a really exciting theory, but I don't want to talk too much about it because it is just a theory. And as much as I would love to be delusional, because I again absolutely love Rachel Amber as a character, I think it was a shame what happened to her and that unfortunately her character wasn't able to get more screen time. It would be really cool if they somehow found a way around all of this alternative timeline stuff. I mean, again, with Max traveling through timelines, it is a possibility, but obviously, as we know, in either timeline at that point, Rachel is still dead. But it would be really cool if that was Rachel, and kind of confusing, but really cool. That's all I have to report on today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please do leave a like and subscribe. I do plan on making loads more Life is Strange content and lots more videos, so please do stay tuned and stick around. I'd really appreciate it. Before I end this video, I just want to say thank you so much to everybody who left such lovely comments on my last 2 videos, my trailer reaction and my Future of Life is Strange video. Those both got the most amount of views in the shortest amount of time I've ever had since opening and starting this YouTube channel. So I just want to say thank you so much for all the feedback on that video. I really do appreciate it, and it literally made my day. It made me so happy to see my video get engaged with like that, and it was also kind of overwhelming. I've never really had that sort of attention before, so I just want to say thank you so much to everybody that viewed and left comments, constructive or nice. I appreciate both of them, so thank you so much. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Goodbye and take care.